Hey Guitar Geeks, Guitar Guts back, today to talk about sustain robbers, things that can decrease the amount of sustain that you're getting from your Strat or similar guitars. There's many things that can affect the sustain on a guitar, and I've seen people invest a lot of money changing out components trying to improve the sustain on their Stratocasters. There's one simple thing though that can actually affect the sustain quite a bit, and it costs nothing, it takes just a few minutes to check, and that's the pickup height that you're using. Pickups contain magnets, and that's what's picking up the string vibration when you play the string on the guitar. There's a small bar magnet, if you can see it, in the base of that humbucker pickup. And that magnet is what picks up on the string vibrations of your guitar by magnetizing these small pole pieces that come up through the top of the bobbin. So on a humbucking guitar, the pole pieces, the screws, and the slugs that are coming up through the bobbin are not actually magnetic in and of themselves. They're magnetized by the bar magnet that's in contact with them or close contact with them on the bottom of the pickup. So in humbuckers, the magnet's actually a little further away from the strings than they are on single coils. In a single coil pickup like these, there is no magnet at the bottom of the coil, and the slugs that you see sticking up through the bobbin are the magnets. And so in this case, the magnet might not be quite as big as it is on a humbucker, but they're actually closer to the strings than they are on the humbucking pickup. And I know that some people think that because the humbucker's a larger pickup, that it needs to be set further away from the strings than the single coils do, but I found the exact opposite to be true. When you're looking at the pickup height on your guitar, it matters a great deal, and small adjustments can make a big difference. But it matters how much clearance you have between the string itself and the magnet on the pickup. The magnets are not only picking up the vibration of the string, but if they're too close, they can actually affect the vibration of the string by pulling on it too much. If the string's trying to rotate through its arc and the magnet is pulling down on it, it'll deaden that note. It'll deaden the vibration of the string. And so it's very important to have the pickups far enough away from the strings to not interfere with that pattern. Now on a Stratocaster, you also get a little bit of a strange warble if the pickups are too close to the string. Some people call that stratitis, and you can literally hear it. But even if you've got it far enough away to cut down on stratitis, the warble sound, your pickups may still be too close to the strings to allow the note to sustain as much as it could. On a normal guitar with two humbuckers, I usually set the humbuckers somewhere around 6/64 away from the string, maybe just a tiny bit further away than that. But on classic vintage single coil pickups from Fender, I usually set them about 8/64 away from the string. That's twice as far away as I would set a normal humbucker on a Gibson Les Paul or something like that. And a lot of people don't think of that you actually need to move those single coils away further from the strings than you would a normal humbucking pickup. Now, you can play with that. If you get the pickups too far away from the string, you're also going to lose a little bit of volume, a little bit of aggressiveness from the pickup, and some people don't like to lose that rawness, that cut from the pickup, so you've got to sort of find a happy medium where it's far enough away to not interfere with your sustain, but close enough to still give you the immediacy and the rawness of the pickup itself. You also have to think about the additive effect of all the pickups. Sometimes I've known people that keep their middle pickup set a little further away so that they can then get their bridge and their neck pickup set a little bit closer. If you lower one, you can raise the other, and you don't actually change anything. You're adding and subtracting, it evens out to zero, and it's like you haven't moved anything. It's also important on guitars where you have a two humbucker and one single coil setup. Especially with guitars that are geared more toward metal, people tend to like to have those pickups set very close to the strings because you get a little bit more output, a little bit more aggressiveness out of that. But get them too close and you could again be losing sustain, especially like on the high notes of the fretboard. So you have to watch that. There's really no number that I can give you to tell you exactly where to put it. Again, I usually start out with the bass side about 8/64, and the treble side about 6/64 away, but some of my guitars I know are further than that. And then there's some more modern single coil pickups that have a less drastic stagger on it that you can get a little bit closer without having to worry about losing sustain. And you really do just have to get in there and mess with it yourself and listen to see when you're gaining sustain and balance that against the fact that you're losing a little bit of output from the pickup when you put it down further toward the pickguard. So get in there and mess around. You can't destroy anything by doing it. All you got to do is adjust some screws. You can always put it back where you started. It's usually a good idea to measure things the way you had them before you start messing with it, so you can always put it back to the way it was if you don't like what you've done. Hope that helps. Hope that lets your Stratocaster sustain a little bit longer. Enjoy playing, and thanks for stopping by. See ya.